Happiness is one of those states that so many people aspire to, and yet patently an enormous proportion of those people are actually failing to achieve it for any great length of time. And I think there's a number of issues here. One is that we create this huge list of criteria that have to be met in order for us to give ourselves permission to be happy. I've got to have the perfect job, I've got to get on with everybody, I've got to have the house of my dreams, I've got to have a posh car, I've got to have a wife or a husband where everything's in accord all the time, and I've got to have children that don't ever need to be asked to tidy their bedrooms, and then I've got half a chance of being happy. And the problem with that is one of those things doesn't work, and we then are in a situation where we're unhappy. My suggested approach is a very different one, and that is that actually you make it easy to be happy, that you choose to be happy. And I think we need to make the distinction between the euphoric happiness that happens on your wedding day or the day your child is born, when something monumental has happened, and that sense of happy contentment, which is a day-to-day thing, and it's perfectly possible to be happy for the vast majority of the time when you live with that concept. Now, of course, there are times when there are challenges. That's life, but it's about how you approach those challenges. And even if things are difficult, you can still appreciate and enjoy a whole range of other things in your life. The small things, well, perhaps not so small, but the sun shining, or somebody's given you a hug, or an old friend has rung you. And those are things that can absolutely contribute to you feeling happy. It really is a state of mind, and it is an active choice, which is all about being mindful, which you'll pick up in one of the other videos that we've done, that being mindful is about being conscious around the way in which you think, and choosing actively to think in a particular way can have the most amazingly positive impact on the quality of your life and the quality of your happiness. So, it's easy to say it's down to you, and people will say, well, what do you know? But I know I have dealt with a whole range of challenges in my life, and it is perfectly happy despite those challenges, and in some ways almost because of them, to still be happy, to feel contented, to enjoy everyday living, no matter what's going on in your life. Now, does that mean you don't ever feel negative? No, it doesn't. And dealing with negative emotion is something we'll deal with in another video. Negative emotion is there to tell you to do something differently. But ultimately, your happiness is down to you. It's your choice. The isolation bit, I think, depends entirely upon individuals. There are some who are very happy in their own company, and others who find being on their own incredibly daunting. So no two people are alike. However, there is no doubt in my mind that if you surround yourself with people who are positive, optimistic, who see the best in others, and who don't spend their life moaning and looking at the negative, that it will improve the quality of your life. And I think it behoves all of us to look at the people we spend our time with. And if you've got a positive peer group, that has an amazing impact over time, particularly on the quality of our lives. And I think we have a responsibility to be upbeat and positive with others. Now, does that mean that you have to be upbeat all the time? No, that's not realistic. But we are talking about, what where you go back to your default model. And if your default model is that you see the best in the situation, that you look for the positive, that's what we're talking about, rather than that you are endlessly Mary Poppinsly happy, which I don't think is either realistic or healthy, because then you're burying issues that need to be dealt with. But whatever the issues are, it's your choice. You can be happy if you want to be.